Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. Now, I'm just going to talk about this briefly because I really want to get your thoughts. And I'm trying not to laugh as I speak about this because at this point, it's just kind of a joke to me. It's been a long-standing thought and rumors about Marsau that I love to call mushmouth. And it's just because that's what he looks like. That's what he sounds like whenever he's standing there, just always looking angry when he's around his wife and his lips are closed. And even when he's opening his mouth to speak and you can barely see his teeth, that's all I can think of to call him. It's not Marsau, but mushmouth. But the vlogger Original Straight No Chaser released some audio a few days ago. And I'm going to tell you something. I was inclined not to listen to it, but of course the title drew me in. So just out of mere curiosity, I decided to click on it and see what was going to be said. And no knock to the individual personally in terms of what their appearance may look like, what they may have seen as their goals in life or morals or lack thereof. But honestly, when I heard the person speaking, even though the audio, to be honest, was not the clearest, okay, I was just like, this just honestly kind of sounds like his type. And what I mean by his type, and again, this isn't even a knock to Tisha, even though I don't really care for things that I have seen of her with the shadiness over the seasons of her being on the show and her copycat ways. And myself being a business owner, I can't stand a copycat. There's one thing to be inspired by things and other people, and it's another to just clear cut copy. And it's just something that I can't stand. And reason being is because I think it's lazy. It's not even so much that people are thieves, which a lot of them are, that are copycats, which I don't like a thief either. And thieves will lie and steal and cheat and sometimes kill. But I digress. I can't stand laziness. I can't. And to me, a copycat is lazy because you can't take the time and the effort to come up with your own ideas, your own way of doing things, finding out what your lane is. And sometimes that may take years for it to happen for you, but let it be what it is, because once it gets to that point, then you can claim your success genuinely. But I digress. This isn't about that. But the person speaking that claimed that she was either sexting or he was propositioning her to hook up for threesomes or whatever, it sounds like his type. And his type to me sounds like women that may not even be that attractive, because most men, not all, but most men, they'll screw anything that doesn't have the same parts that they do. And you know what I mean by that, right? Because I don't believe that all men are dogs. I don't even believe that all men cheat. I don't like when people say that, but I understand why some people do, because if that's all you've ever encountered, then okay, you're going to say that, but you haven't dealt with every man in the world. You know what I mean? So when you say all men, you're speaking about every man in the world. And even when people say all black men cheat, that's not true either, because you haven't dealt with every black man. That's just not a fair statement. Just like to say that all women are whores. Would you want someone to call you that when you know that you're not that? I know I've never been a whore. So I don't take that blanketed statement as something that is fair. Just like I don't believe that all Caucasian people are racist. You know, so anyway, I'm just saying all of that to say, when I listened to this audio, the audio was not that great. So I couldn't even tell you a lot of the words that were being spoken by that other person. But she clearly was okay with sending a married person that she knew was married nude pictures. And I guess that's what happened. That's what she said that happened. I was actually driving when I was listening to it, so I couldn't really look at the screen, but I believe that there were screenshots of messages between the two of them. I honestly don't even really care, because most people believe that he has been a cheater. And to be honest with you, it's not even just so much because he's that attractive that so many women want him. Let's just be clear about that, because most women with standards, single, desperate or not, would not want to be screwed by him, because he's not the most attractive person out there. And just because he's on a freaking reality show doesn't make him more desirable. But for some people that are willing to try to go there just to see what they can get out of it, not so much that they really want to screw him, but if they believe that that's what he wants and they can get something out of the deal, like maybe a couple $1,000s over a time period, or get a handbag or something, the low level type of stuff that people with that type of mindset would be willing to accept. Okay. And I'm not even saying that people should be doing that to get houses and cars either. But I'm just saying you're pretty much a prostitute. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was doing that. We already heard them mention about how on a couple of seasons ago on the reunion, how someone he was DMing back and forth with, the person sent him butt shots and he was like a midday surprise or something like that. I'm quite sure there was more to the story than it was just that. And he's just a scumbag in my personal opinion. So I do believe that he would go there if given the opportunity. And because he is on a TV show, some females, not women, but some females are willing to give that person the opportunity because they want to see what they can get out of it, not because he's desirable. And he knows it too. So I believe people like him, and even his brother, because it's been alleged by the Forever Side piece that Maurice and Marsau have been screwing around while they were married, or maybe before or after Maurice was married to Kimmy, but while he was in a relationship with her. So none of us even really care. That's the thing about it. But for this woman to come out whenever she came out, because I don't know if this was last year or 2022 or 21 or whatever that this conversation was happening, because again, like I said, I was listening to it as I was driving, so I couldn't really look at the screen much. But what is she really gaining from this? I'm just going to be honest. I don't get the point of what she was trying to do, because Tisha isn't going anywhere. Even I believe if she walked in, it would be like a Shaggy situation. She walked in on him screwing somebody and he would get up. Maybe if he was finished. He might finish first before he gets up. And you know what I mean by that. Buck naked. Dang-a-lang still on, stiff. And say to her, baby, it wasn't me. And she would be there like, Marsau, still trying to question it when she saw what he was doing. And I'm not even trying to make jokes. I truly believe that that is what she would do. Like, seriously. Like, almost like a Derek Jackson, what was the wife's name? Dejanay? Lord Jesus, I'm trying to remember her name right now, and I can't for the life of me. But remember, she was talking about how she watched him doing things, and she still was with this man. Like, she saw videos of him, her husband, screwing other women, and she still stayed, and she was comparing herself to these women and wondered, like, that. And that's the thing. And this is why I say that all men don't cheat. The reason being is because the cheater, it's a flawed viewpoint as well as flawed spirit and soul that they have as to why they cheat. It has nothing to do with the person that they're with. And I'm not saying Beyonce is God, because she's not. She's an imperfect person just like all of us. She married an imperfect person who is very flawed and has been rumored to have been cheating on her for years. And when people say things like, well, Beyonce can get cheated on, then anybody can get cheated on. And that's such a ridiculous statement, because the man that she married and that she chose to marry has flaws that he has chosen not to do something about, and has been reckless with his ding-a-ling allegedly, and has been screwing on this woman that is his wife. I don't care if she is Beyonce or Mom's Mabley. You know what I mean? It's him. It's not her. So it has nothing to do with the person that they're in a relationship with or married to as to why they cheat. But the narcissistic person will blame the person that they are in a relationship with as to why they stepped out. Like Hotel, putting blame on Melody as to why he stepped out continuously, repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over again, when the flaws are within him. It has nothing to do with Melody. Yes, Melody is an imperfect person and has flaws, but my point is, it's the individual that's cheating that has the issue. It has nothing to do with the other person. So even Letitia and all her flaws and the things that I don't care about her, and even the things that he has, himself, Marsau, Bushmouth, doesn't care for about his wife. Him cheating on her has nothing to do with her. It's all within himself, because there are men that are with women that some people may see as the most unattractive person out there. But because they don't have those flaws within themselves that makes them feel like they have the right to, or they just feel like it, or they have the urge to step out and be unfaithful to their spouse or their significant other, they don't do that. It's about the person that's cheating that has the flaws within them. So with that being said, I do believe that he has been unfaithful. I don't care. And I don't believe that his wife cares either. And so with that being said, I don't know what the goal was to release this audio. I guess it was content to share, and fine. Okay, you get the views, you get the engagement and all of that stuff that you need for the channel. But in my personal opinion, the audio was horrible. I couldn't understand much of what the chick was saying. I really couldn't. And so if I have to try to get things transcribed or whatever to try to figure out what the person was saying, it isn't really that worth me putting my time and effort into it. And I'm quite sure that this is another thing that Tisha and Mushmouth are going to ignore. So why should we even care about it? But I just wanted to talk about it and get your thoughts on it, because I just thought that this was like, okay, and your point is, okay, because I don't plan on watching the show next season. I've shared my thoughts on it, and I really am done with it. I just am curious, though, with all of this stuff that this vlogger has been putting out there, and with the glorified credit repair specialist that has been out here filing complaints, has been in people's comment sections, low-key threatening them and seeing what people are saying about them. I wonder if this vlogger is going to get sued. I'm just curious to know. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.